In 1972, a man named Dan Cooper bought a Maytag washing machine. He commented on our last investigation to tell us that 54 years later, that machine is still running. It has survived 5 decades of daily use with only one motor replacement. Now compare that to the experience of a modern homeowner. You walk into a big box store today and you spend $3,000 on a Samsung smart refrigerator with a touchscreen and a glass door. It looks like a spaceship. But statistically, that machine will be dead in less than 5 years. And when it dies, the repairman will not fix it. He will tell you to throw it away. Why have we moved from an era of 50-year machines to an era of 5-year disposable toys? In this investigation, we are going to expose the engineering crimes hiding inside your kitchen and laundry room. We are going to look at the linear compressor scam, the sealed bearing disaster, and the computer chip conspiracy that has turned your home appliances into e-waste. The first villain on our list is the refrigerator, specifically the technology known as the linear compressor. For decades, refrigerators used a standard rotary compressor. It was a motor that spun in a circle, sitting in a bath of oil. It was loud, and it used a little more electricity, but it was virtually indestructible because it was constantly lubricated. But in the early 2000s, companies like LG and Kenmore decided to reinvent the wheel. To meet strict new energy regulations, they invented the linear compressor. Instead of spinning, this motor moves a piston back and forth in a straight line, like a syringe. They claimed it would save energy and reduce noise. But there was a fatal engineering flaw. Because it does not spin, it cannot splash oil around the chamber to lubricate itself. It relies on a tiny, complex system of valves and springs to keep friction from destroying the machine. Those valves fail. This is not a theory. This is the subject of a massive class action lawsuit. When a linear compressor fails, it often sends metal shavings into the sealed cooling lines of your fridge. It acts like a heart attack for the appliance. You cannot just replace the compressor because the entire circulatory system is clogged with shrapnel. The fridge is totaled, but even if the compressor survives, there is another engineering crime happening inside your modern fridge. The ice maker. If you own a Samsung French door refrigerator, you likely know this pain personally. In the old days, the ice maker was located in the freezer. This made sense because the freezer is below freezing. But modern consumers wanted more shelf space, so engineers moved the ice maker up into the refrigerator compartment. This is a violation of the laws of thermodynamics. They are trying to freeze water inside a box that is designed to keep food at 38 degrees. They have to pump freezing air from the bottom up to the top through thin plastic tubes into a poorly insulated compartment. The result is inevitable. The seals fail, warm air gets in, and the ice maker turns into a solid block of frost. It jams. It leaks water all over your floor, and it eventually destroys the fan motor. They engineered a system that fights physics just to give you a slightly cleaner look. The second reason your appliances are dying is the invasion of the computer chip. Your grandmother's oven had a mechanical dial. It was a simple switch that sent power to a heating element. If it broke, you bought a $10 switch and screwed it in. Your modern oven has a motherboard. It has a printed circuit board with delicate microprocessors, soldering, and capacitors. And where do manufacturers put this delicate computer? Right next to the oven vent. They are putting a computer, which hates heat, inside a machine designed to generate heat. The thermal cycling causes the solder joints on the board to crack, but the real killer is a feature they market as a luxury: the self-clean cycle. When you press self-clean, your oven locks the door and ramps the temperature up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit to burn off the grease. That extreme heat rises up the back of the stove and cooks the control board. We have spoken to dozens of repair technicians who say the same thing. Running the self-clean cycle is the fastest way to kill a modern oven. You are literally frying the brain of the machine to save yourself 10 minutes of scrubbing. The replacement board often costs $400 if they even make it anymore. The same logic applies to the modern dishwasher. If you bought a dishwasher in 1990, it was loud. It sounded like a jet engine. But that was the sound of a powerful motor and a hard food disposer grinding up your leftovers. It ran a wash cycle in 45 minutes, and the dishes came out sterile. Today, due to energy and water regulations, modern dishwashers use tiny, weak pumps that just sprinkle water on the dishes. To get them clean, the machine has to run for 3 or 4 hours. And because the motors are too weak to grind up food, they removed the disposal unit. Instead, they gave you a filter, a mesh basket at the bottom of the tub that you have to reach in and clean by hand, digging out the slimy, wet food yourself. They charged you more money for a machine that takes 4 times as long and forces you to do the dirty work yourself. But the most insulting engineering crime is the sealed tub. This is why your washing machine is now a disposable item. In the old days, like with that 1972 Maytag, the metal drum spun on a set of bearings. These bearings take a beating. They eventually wear out. On an old machine, you could unscrew the back, pop out the old bearings, press in new ones for $20, and get another 10 years of life. Today, manufacturers like Whirlpool and Samsung use a process called plastic welding. They mold the bearings directly into the plastic outer tub. They are permanently sealed inside. When the $20 bearing fails, you cannot replace it. You have to replace the entire tub assembly. The part costs $400. The labor costs $300. Suddenly, the repair bill is $700 on an $800 machine. The repairman looks at you and says the phrase that defines the modern economy. It is not worth fixing. This is not an accident. This is a design choice. They intentionally remove the ability to repair the wear items to force you to buy a new unit. So, what is the solution? If you watched our last video, you know about Speed Queen. But not everyone can afford a $2,000 washer. The alternative is to reject the smart appliance entirely. When you shop for a fridge, look for the cheapest, dumbest model on the floor. Look for the one without the touchscreen, without the ice maker in the door, without the Wi-Fi. The fewer features it has, the fewer things can break. Or do what the smart money is doing. Keep your ugly avocado green appliances running. If you have a dryer from 1995, keep it. It is built with steel gears and a mechanical timer. It is superior to anything you can buy at a big box store today. Do not be seduced by the stainless steel and the glowing lights. They are just lipstick on a pig. They are trying to sell you a computer that keeps your milk cold. Just like a computer, they expect you to upgrade it every 5 years. Stop buying their junk. If you want to know which other products have been ruined by this same philosophy, watch this video next.